another video! Wings of Fire is known for the creativity of its fans, and one way readers love expressing their ideas is by creating fan tribes. They're somebody's concept of what a new dragon tribe on the continents would look like. And well, a few years ago, I did a challenge where I created some fan tribes of my own, using a random emoji generator. One of these was the MagmaWings, and I want to use this video to tell you guys even more about my volcano tribe. Because these dragons actually live inside volcanoes. But before we begin, a huge shout out to my patrons. Never95, Thistle, Noobto, Paranuke, Avril, Pengig, Escrata, Adequate, Ascliver, Moonclaw, Isaac, Munders9, Pantala Resident, Tries the Furwing, Crystal, Phantom the Dragon, TurtleTheSeawing, Wolfyez, Misty, and Newt Spring. Thank you so much for supporting me. Links to their social medias are in the description down below. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. And be sure to check out my art fight. MagmaWings have seemingly evolved to live exclusively in volcanoes, as high amounts of warmth are necessary for their survival. Looks are everything to them, and have resulted in the creation of the class system. MagmaWings' bodies are utter masterpieces, as flames and lava battle beneath the surface of their scales. They are nearly invulnerable, and rumored to have a form made partially of rock itself. These gorgeous, though sometimes frightening scale designs are what they're hatched with. Since the beginning of their history, the most beautiful dragons with striking natural lava on their scales were given positions of power. This caused the birth of the royal line, and they have the genetics that keep only the most grand looks on full display. Their queen is referred to as the Chiefess. The MagmaWings are currently ruled by Chiefess 𝙈𝙊𝙍𝙀. Her daughter and only heir is Princess Caldera. The natural designs on their bodies can be of many things, such as swirling smoke, drooping magma, bubbling volcanoes, and much more. Dragons of the upper class hold ceremonies where they paint their newborn's design onto their face, where it stays there for weeks until it eventually flakes off. At the age of adulthood, half of one's estimated lifespan, and when finally deceased, this tradition is done again to mark a new chapter and emphasize continued beauty, even with one's spirit moving on. The MagmaWings believe in an afterlife where their souls join the lava of the supervolcano they live in, spirits flowing freely and without burden as they watch the next generations, each ceremony. Attendance at these community events is typically reserved only for the members of one's class. However, this depends on who the chiefess is. 𝙈𝙊𝙍𝙀 is tyrannical, paranoid, and cruel. Her daughter, however, is a shy and sweet soul. Caldera fears having to rule the MagmaWings someday, as she knows it means her mother's dead eyes will be on her always. Tribe members of the lowest class are looked down upon for having dull scales they are hatched with. MagmaWings come in various shades of brown and gray, though some do possess regions of black. Their society's home is a supervolcano on an island no other dragon has ever found. They themselves are unaware of their true origin. The MagmaWings are actually the creation of a vain and ancient animus whose obsession with beauty caused her to make life. She turned the statues of her home city into real dragons on an isle of her creation, and gave them everything that makes a dragon real. Their deep fixation on looks is a result of a spell that never wanes. The corruptionist animus has seeped into every part of the MagmaWings. Chiefess 𝙈𝙊𝙍𝙀 and her ruling ancestors made up a lie to keep control. They have told their people for every generation that they must always remain in their volcano, for nothing else exists outside. Everybody has believed them, and the secret passed on between queens. 𝙈𝙊𝙍𝙀 has yet to tell Caldera the truth, and never wants to, hoping to solidify the lie due to the lack of faith she has in her daughter to not leave those rocky walls. MagmaWings at first feel the singeing of lava, but it all fades after just a short moment, due to their tolerance and dependence on it. Half exhale a deadly smoke, and the rest possess the hottest Purian fire. They're not immune to the effects of either, however, causing Caldera's suspicions that if fire was all they needed, surely they could withstand its heat in every form. However, the chiefess line has been right in their lie. Almost. Due to the MagmaWings growing so used to their toxic air, they cannot breathe the kind that lies outside. But with the proper equipment of filtration to their own ash, life outside is very possible. Some MagmaWing names may include basalt, breccia, cinder, crater, dacite, edifice, eruption, igneous, jameo, sinkhole, lahar, lava, loess, landslide, mantle, mineral, plume, ridge, xenolith, and much more. Ashfall hates her daughter, and is royally unimpressed with her. But when the princess finds out the truth about an entire world behind their lava-flowing walls, can 𝙈𝙤𝙤 really see a future away from everything her people have always known? And will her mother ever be able to give up that control, even to save a society? Because the MagmaWings are running out of space and time as a spell from long ago starts to unwind. Another fact of these guys is that they don't come from eggs. When a MagmaWing is ready to have a child, they carve their shape into the body of the volcano. After several months, said to be the time where the dragonette is given their personality, interests, and skills from the ancestors, they finally enter the world as a newborn, literally hobbling out of the rock. They think this is normal, and will be shocked one day to find out that dragons are supposed to come from eggs. But there's more to this spell that meets the eye, and history. And how might Ashfall have been similar to 𝙈𝙤𝙤 years ago? What do you think of this video and Fantribe? I would love to create more of these, and I really want to expand on the lore and culture of one I talked about a while back. What's your favorite detail of the MagmaWings? And how would you style an OC after this concept? Let me know down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!